Anam. And Surah Al-Anam is a Makki surah, and the ayahs we're going to see today is in Juz 8. It's from 120 onwards. I'm going to start from 118. So 118 onwards, Surah Al-Anam, Juz 8. Juz 8 and Surah number 6. Surah number 6. And we are starting from ayah number 118. Okay? Nahmadu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd fa'uz billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So Surah Al-Anam, it's a Makki surah, and in this the main topics about completely abandoning the shirk. And this is when persecution was very severe, this surah revealed, and the whole surah was revealed in one shot. And it says when this surah was revealed, that time 70,000 angels were there when this surah was revealed, and it was in one shot. And when surah was revealed and then angels, there must be something, right? So much importance. And this surah is beautifully mentioned, so many things here. And today we're going to see ayah number 118 onwards in Juz 8. فَكُلُوا مِمَّا ذُكِرَ اسْمُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ إِن كُنتُمْ بِآيَاتِهِ مُؤْمِنِينَ. So eat the flesh of that animal upon which the name of Allah has been invoked when slaughtering, if you do believe in his verses. So فَكُلُوا, it's like imperative. Allah is saying eat. Allah is ordering. فَكُلُوا مِمَّا ذُكِرُ, when Allah's name is mentioned. In ayah number 118, we see when Allah's name is mentioned, alayhi in kuntum bi ayatihi mu'minin. And when you slaughtering, if you believe in his verses. So what it says, when you slaughtering, you see the translation in the bracket, when you slaughter. Did you get, sister?
I'm a bit confused because you say it is Surah Al-Anam.
And it's in Juz number 8. Shall I help you?
Yeah, because this is translation. This is just totally translation.
Yeah, that is Surah number 6. You can get it, inshallah.
Surah number 6, yeah.
Surah number 6. If you look for the ayah
118.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah.
So here it says fakulu mimma zukiru. So Allah name has to be mentioned when you sacrifice it. Okay, what if people say, oh, you can eat the people of book? That was mentioned when people were newly Muslim. Okay, that time it happened. So many people, they didn't know about zabiha, slaughtering. And then some of the people, they were given the excuse, like even though they didn't mention the name of Allah, but while eating they mentioned the name of Allah. But what if these days, like after 1400 years, we are taking that thing, it contradicts, because here clear cut message is there. You have to say Bismillah when slaughtering, and we get zabiha halal everywhere. Even when you go to grocery for Korean market, even there you get the halal, and just you have to see that mark, halal mark. That's the thing.
It's available everywhere actually.
Yeah.
Safeway has it, Walmart has it, Costco has it.
Even Walmart?
Walmart.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about Walmart.
I too didn't know.
No, I went and
Safeway, Costco, yes.
I didn't know about Safeway. I know Costco.
Yeah. I heard Safeway, but
I didn't know about Costco, but I was shocked when I went to Walmart.
Yeah, Costco I noticed. Costco. Yeah, a small corner is there, and all the
zabiha. They have the whole goat, you know that?
Yeah. I noticed that.
Goat plus chicken and everything.
Yeah, everything. Especially that turkey thing we get from there, because it's good over there. Yeah. Many things. Allah has opened so many
and
doors.
The price is half of what you get from the regular store, the goat.
Really?
Price is half.
Oh.
That you get from $8.99 or something outside. It's $4.99.
Okay, only thing we have to take to somebody, and then they will cut and make the.
Still is cheaper.
Yeah,
right?
it's still cheaper. Yeah, that's true. So Allah made it so easy. Remember,
it's also kind of test for us.
Yes, definitely it is.
Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have everything available, and it's all because of mercy of Allah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah, it's the mercy
Could
of
never
Allah.
even think about it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we never think that way. And in ayah number 19, what should...
But they say that if it is the people of the book,
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes you go there, they say you can eat kosher.
Yeah, kosher, if they did it, some of
Yeah.
the Jewish people, they did kosher. But when we got the opportunity of halal,
Halal,
why
oh,
not?
yeah,
And
definitely.
also,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't-
why we leave this? Because we have option of eating the seafood.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much fish,
Mhm.
so much shrimp,
Mhm.
and why not we eat those?
You don't have
Because
to.
it's
You
like
don't
a
have to have
gray area. We are
Sure.
not sure
Sure.
whether how the
Sure.
those time when Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was there, those Jew people were very righteous, and
Yes.
it was mentioned in Quran also. They were so righteous. Even if you give million to them, they will return to you. That's how it was mentioned.
You know,
They were.
about these Jews and Christians at that time,
Mhm.
they were so religious that if in Al-Imran,
Mhm.
the last 10 ayahs, they have the whole ayah about them.
Really?
If they're righteous, the second last
Ah,
ayah,
ah, ah, ah.
it's about them.
Mm.
If they are,
Yeah.
they are
I
right,
know.
Yeah, so
I thought in their book also it's there.
I don't know about the book, but Al-Imran.
Yeah, I
Surah,
know that,
The
yeah.
second last
Yeah,
ayah.
yes.
If you read about it's about those
Yes.
Kitab.
Yes,
They
it's
were so
about
righteous
Jews.
that
Yeah.
they will be given Jannah.
Yeah.
So they had the same belief. They had no shirk, nothing at that time.
Yeah.
Things have changed now. So.
Yeah, but what about now, after 1400 years? Now they have to believe in Quran. No matter
Yes.
what, if they are righteous also,
Yes.
but that is the prerequisite for going to Jannah. So what should cause you to avoid eating of that upon which the name of Allah has been invoked, while He has spelled out to you all that He has made unlawful for you, except that to which you are compelled by extreme necessity? Surely there are many who misguided people on the basis of their desires without having knowledge. Surely your Lord is the best knower of those who cross the limits. Yes. Vamalakum.
Yeah.
What should cause to avoid eating of that, So Allah is saying, what happened, when we say, oh, everything is halal, when what happened, why you are doing this? So Allah is saying, Allah takulu mimma zukiru ismullahi, and when the name of Allah is mentioned, alayhi waqad fasalla lakum ma harrama alaykum illa madturra is like, when you are compelled, when nothing is left, that time you are compelled to eat. See that word maturra, and if you see the detail of it, it is like you are compelled and you don't have food, and Mufassir says your tummy went inside and you have no food for 3 days, you can't find anything that time, and that too you can eat from that haram only few bites. You shouldn't have that feeling, oh, I will eat tummy full so that now I got the opportunity. You shouldn't have that kind of feeling. Okay, ilayhi wa inna kasiran, and Allah is saying, surely there are many who misguide people on the basis of their desires, because bi ahwa is from hawa. Because of our desires we get carried away. Bi ghairi ilm, because without having knowledge, isn't it? Because we don't have the knowledge, and especially this topic is so vast, they go and do fatwa shopping about it. This is halal, this is haram. It's clear cut message, this is halal and this is haram, and other is the gray area. And why we want to go to the gray area? And there's a hadith, it says, if you leave the things which are in gray, means which are doubtful, then it's good for you. You get the good deed for that. You are leaving that. So why don't we leave that? Especially when the children, we are doing tarbiyah and we are teaching them, and we have to be the role model. While teaching them, we have to do more and more hard work. In sense, like they want to have the burger, they want to have some kind of food what others are eating. Make them. It's easy. I have seen on YouTube there are so many videos are there. Learn from it.
Yes.
And it's very easy, believe me. I tried so many things, because everybody is eating everything and we are not eating.
Yeah.
And we want to have that, whether it's fried chicken, whether it's burger or anything. So we want to make it, and it's easy. You can make it, and your love is there. You are getting good deed instead of that person who is selling the stuff. So make good stuff for the children. They feel nice and they won't go to the other stores, because we are not fulfilling that desire. Definitely they will go. It's not their problem. Do that tarbiyah in that way. Plan for weekend. Okay, this weekend we're going to have this and this. If you try a little bit harder, you can be a good mom. A good mom can change the whole society. Believe me, it will change the society. So here, unless you are forced to, but we are not forced. We have so many things. Don't you see vegetables, salad, and seafood? Subhanallah. When people who moved in 60s and 70s, what about them? You have been here, right?
Been here 76. I was in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have zabiha till you have to go to a farm 50 miles away and then get your slaughter, and then you get your meat, and it comes in its own time.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't have anything there.
Mm.
And even when I moved to New Jersey in an area,
Mm-hmm.
I had to drive 50 miles either north or south to get zabiha meat. There were no stores, nothing. And now it's around every corner.
Yeah, that was a big test,
yeah.
though. So I was thinking, what about them when they moved? Even if you look back 15 years back, it wasn't easy though. If I look myself, when I came here, it wasn't like easily available. Go back 10 or 12 years back, you're not getting easily. But now, alhamdulillah, especially when I moved to this, Assalamu alaikum, when I moved to this place, so here we get so much opportunity. But when I was in the other state, we don't have, still we don't have that. In all the state, like if you go in the suburbs of some areas, whether it's even in New York, if you are in really suburbs, you don't get it. Even in Philly, in the suburbs, you don't get it. In Portland, Oregon, in the suburbs. So they are different places and different way. And some places we had frozen. That frozen is not that much tasty compared to the fresh one. And I noticed for the zabiha halal, for the fresh one, I noticed many non-Muslim, they come and they get it.
Yes.
Even here, when you go to the to the halal store,
Mm.
you look at them and they're like, you have other places, please give us time, if they're there.
Yeah.
Many. But they tell you,
Big-
the way they slaughter, this is good meat. They tell you.
Yeah.
It's because of the way they slaughter.
Yeah,
Because so many
alhamdulillah.
health issues is going on.
Mm-hmm.
We know the fact.
Yeah.
That's why they want.
When animal is slaughtered and then that blood is flowing
Blood,
away,
yeah.
all the bacteria and
It
everything
comes
is
out.
gone.
But they don't
And
do that.
because of that, they want the, and because of that is very tasty.
Yeah,
And of
tastes very-
course, taking the name of Allah and
Yeah,
sacrificing
that's
it.
the big
That's the
rahmah.
rahmah of Allah, barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is saying there are many who misguided people on the basis of their desire without having knowledge. One is like you are, yeah. One is you are getting yourself misguided, but you are, influencing others. What about them? Who are influencing others? They will have duafa, like double punishment for oneself and also for the other people they are misguiding it, whether it's zabiha halal or any other thing. When I moved here, many people they said, oh, just say bismillah, you can eat anything. Even I said pork, what do you mean by that? Astaghfirullah. I said no, I'm not going to do that. Whatever little knowledge I have, I'm not going to do that. We have so much option left.
Muslim, they also get used to of eating, non-zabiha food.
Mm-hmm.
So now they are serving at home. And only thing they get reward that is by telling people that this is not zabiha, so we will also get reward for this. So this is so embarrassing for us too, because we don't eat, non-zabiha food, and when we go there, it's
And sometimes
happening.
even
So sad.
going to a Muslim family, they don't have, we have that mind, like, they don't have zabiha halal.
They
And we
think
get
that we are
confused.
insane.
We get confused whether to eat or not. And definitely we are not going to eat.
Yeah.
But how to make them understand?
Exactly.
Because we don't want to hurt them, right? But it happens, so...
The beer is meat.
Yeah, halal. I'm just talking about halal meat.
Yeah.
And what is the difference between zabiha halal and that? All is zabiha halal, but there are two things these days going on. That is hand cut and machine cut. So if you have the option of hand cut, people go for the hand cut. Very few people take hand cut, but it's good for you. Machine cut is, they play the cassette and that slaughters. Allahu Akbar, it goes on and that they slaughter. And the hand cut is they literally say and they cut it. That's how it is. So Allah made deen very easy, not difficult for us. So it's halal means halal, and don't get misguided. And if you misguide others, Allah will punish that. Surely your Lord is the best knower of those who cross the limits. And here in ayah number 120, the topic is different. Leave out word sin and inward sin. Surely those who commit sin shall be punished for what they used to commit. Wazaru zahira isma wa batina. So here, doing the sin, whether it is open or whether it is hidden, Allah knows about it, and Allah forbidden the sin. So here, let's see. Mujahid said, Wazaru zahira isma wa batina, leave evil open and secret. Refer to all kinds of sins committed in public and secret. And Qatada said, encompasses sins committed in public and secret, whether few or many. In another statement, Allah said, قُلْ إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ رَبِّي فَوَاحِشَ مَا زَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. This is in Surah number 7, ayah number 33. And say, but the thing that my Lord has indeed forbidden are fawahish, evil sins, whether committed openly or secretly. Their fawahish has been mentioned. So what are the sins here talking about? Here indirect speech has been used, not just said ism, any kind of sin. So what is the open and what is the secret? These days open sin, they say, oh, we are in the living relationship. We are like, male living, female, and they say, oh, it's legal. And even Muslim families, they are doing it.
There are so many messages, hidden messages going on.
Yes.
For youth, especially for our kids.
Mm-hmm. If they like somebody, they message, they interact, and we didn't even know. We think they are very innocent. Our children didn't know about it, and they are learning bad things, evil things from outside, and they literally invite our children to practice it. And they are like, what we learned in the previous ayah, Hawa, desires. They are like, innocent children. They get carried away. Because this kind of desire, Allah has planted in us. We all have that desire. But as we grown up, like, older age, it goes off. That's a good thing. But, there are certain limits to it. Up to a certain age, the desires is there. Especially for the children, it's more. Like these days, we have to be more concerned. Because if you go back in 15-20 years back, they were not so. But especially from last 10 years, gadgets are more. Publicly, everything is, publicized. Oh, this is the thing, that is the thing. Everything is publicized. So open sins. And secret is what? Secretly you are having some relationship and you are not opening to anyone. So that is the thing going on, and that also include men to men, woman to woman. And there are so many things going on in the Muslim families, and they're hiding it. And some people, they even tell publicly these days, even the Muslim families, that he or she is not capable of getting married. And they are saying, like, he is saying I'm she is saying I'm he, and they are dressing that way. Actually, it happened in one of the family, and they literally publicized that. And when I came to know, I was like shocked. And like a boy is doing like a girlish behavior and dressing that way, and he gave the reason that he is not he's she. Could you put some light on that biologically? Do you know anything, sister?
There are some by birth. By birth, some
deficiency.
Kids are born, no, it's not deficiency. I'm going to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
That by birth, either male or female. And the third thing is, sometimes, for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
Allah has made this,
Mm-hmm.
that the outside may appear like a male,
Uh-huh.
but this person has a uterus and an ovary
Come inside.
inside, and vice versa. Like a girl from outside and inside doesn't have the ovary and doesn't have these. Or the external genitalia would be mixed up.
Mixed up?
Mixed up means half male, half female.
Is it?
When they are born with it.
Oh.
That is why when you are having a baby, you have to pray to give you a saleh and healthy child. Health includes everything. So that thing exists, but these days, all these things that you have this age and you have this and you can be a feminine, that is all made up.
Made up?
Made up.
Okay.
There's no scientific proof that that thing exists, but the organs that are made, that does exist.
They're not
And then what
satisfied
do you
what
do?
they have.
Like how
That's
you
why
can-
they change
What
the
you do
animals.
is
Like when you have a
That's the
child,
thing that
it's
you
a
talk
boy.
to the doctors. Yes,
Yeah,
you talk
it's
to
a
the
boy,
yeah.
and you find out that the boy has uterus.
Yes, there's in the beginning they will see the external genitals to see is it a boy or a girl, but sometimes it's half. So they talk to the doctors, and the doctors will do ultrasound or something to check inside of the baby what other things does the baby have, and then they will give the option to the parents that if you want, but you can do with cosmetic surgery, you can fix the outside, but there's nothing much you can do from the inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't do anything?
Unless later on when the kid gets older, you want to remove this or you want to do this or you want to do this, or if it's a female you want to fix the uterus and stuff, they can be done later but not at the time right after birth. But only the external genitals, that is something that can be fixed at that time. And then the family has to, it's a very devastating thing for the family because they are not sure, and the future of the child, they don't know. So that's what it is.
So these are the real facts, because she's a doctor, she practices it, so she knows about biological things. So I always take her verdict because she has gone through the whole thing, she has the experience. So here we know clear-cut message, what is it, whether female or male, or either you will know in the childhood how it is.
Yeah.
But after a certain age, when somebody is doing, that's not the, maybe they are following their own desires.
But they're not happy with
It's a desire. Yeah, they're following the desire.
Okay.
That's why boy changed to girl and girl changed to
But
boy.
what happens, sometimes you see a child is a boy, but he's a boy and he accepts that he's a boy, but he's always inclined to play with girls,
That thing always sends, so you get the child checked, like all the chemicals and stuff, all the hormones in the body, just to make sure that everything, it depends on the parents, what they want to do, and you see if everything's okay. Sometimes what they do is if they see certain differences in the hormones and stuff, that in a male child there's more female than male, the tendency is that this boy will be more feminish as he grows up, the walk and all these things, appearance and stuff. Sometimes they can get the masculine hormone injections to suppress that and continue that. So there are different things that you can do. Yeah.
But those are minor things that can be treated,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So here Allah says, Al-isma sayujzawna bima kanu yakhtarifun. And yakhtarifun is from qarafa. Qarafa, like, when you are wounded, how the skin comes out. Like Allah says, surely those who commit sin shall be punished for what they used to commit. What you are doing it, like whether you are doing it deliberately, if you are doing innocently, you should ask forgiveness for that. And these are the things, it has so much tafseer. It's a small ayah though, 120, but has so much detail. Especially my teacher, she taught us so much detail, so much notes we wrote on it, especially Zahara and Batana, like openly and hiddenly, because society, they are spreading all the bad things, whether watching bad stuff for hours and hours. And these days it's not restricted to the age limit also, whether minor or major or oldest people, even oldest people, our children are not safe from them. So we have to take care of our children, our own children, and also the society. If you see something is going on, something fishy, just be alert, be careful. Shaitan is open enemy everywhere, because they are using small boys and girls in a filthy thing. So this is the thing. It has so much detail about it, and also one is doing oneself something that is also not allowed. You're putting your desires in that, using our own organs, and you have so much desire. So there is a age limit for the marriage and everything. So here in this country, not only US or Canada, they get a girl or a boy married to a certain age, because they are getting married very soon. Either they are doing the nikah, or while they are studying, because they want to stop these doors, all the avenues they want to close it, because whether it's open or secret. And keep your children so much friendly so that they tell you. Don't be so strict that they start hiding it and they are doing batina. They are like hiding and doing the things on your back, whether they are chatting it. And these days so many apps are there. You are at home and you are showing your body parts and other is watching it. And some people, they record and put online. These things going on.
You know what people do? They have all these pictures of nude men, women, or whatever, and what they do is they have all these technology is there, that they take somebody like your face and stick it to that and display it.
Yes, astaghfirullah. Yeah.
This is so scary. That's why you have to be very careful.
Very careful.
Kids.
Yeah. Never put your photos in Facebook or anywhere. Even on the DP, I'm so scared to, because first of all, we don't want to disclose our identity, because it's personal.
Yes.
And other thing, as you mentioned, these are the fitnas going on. And again in ayah number 121, do not eat that meat over which the name of Allah has not been pronounced. This is surely a sin. The shaitan inspired their friends to dispute with you. If you were to obey them, you would be mushriks. So here again Allah is emphasizing, wala ta'kulu, do not eat the meat over which the name has not been pronounced. Because here the people of Makkah, the mushrikeen especially, they say, oh, you if some in later ayahs and also in Surah Maida, this thing comes when animal is dead by accidental. They say, why don't you eat that? It's the natural death. Why don't you eat that? When you sacrifice, you eat. So they put so many things in your mind, but Allah is clearing here, no, do not eat meat over which the name has not been pronounced. What if animal is dead and now you're going to pronounce it, you're going to eat? No. If it has life, still you can sacrifice, you can slaughter it and say zabiha, and then you can. But in this country it's hard, because law is different here and you have to respect that law too. So walaikum salam, have a seat. So in this country you're not able to do it, so that's okay. If it has life in the country which you can do it, then do zabiha and still you can use it. We are doing Surah Al-Anam Ayah number 121. You can take out in your phone if you want to. So we here in Ayah number 121, and it says shaitan their friends to dispute with you, and if you were to obey them, you would be mushriks. Allah is clearly saying He is there to inspire you, instigate you, and if you obey shaitan, then you will be among mushriks. So prohibition of what was slaughtered in other than Allah's name means this ayah fakulu mimma, and here clearly mentioned, and not only here, it also mentions Surah number 5 ayah number 4, fakulu mimma amsakna alaykum waskuru ismullahi. So eat of what they trained hunting dogs or birds or prey catch for you, but pronounce the name over there. Here, as I mentioned before, accidentally, or you hunt the animal, still, but life is there. If you go and touch the animal, you could feel that warmness and that heart beating thing, still you could feel that. So you can sacrifice it and use it. This is the reference. And Quran ayah's reference is given in the Quran. Okay, that reference will be there in the Quran. So here the reference is of the Surah number 5 and number 4. And The ayah emphasized this ruling when Allah said, Innahul fisk la fisk, for surely it is disobedience. They say that it refers to eating it, and others says that it refers to the sacrifice for other than Allah. So we can't eat those kind of. These are the various hadiths that Allah ordered not to have that. When you send your trained hunting dog and mention Allah's name on releasing it, then eat from whatever it catches for you. Like unless you name the Allah's name, mention the Allah's name, then you can have it. Whether you hunted or accidentally it was dead. And devil inspiration, when it says wa inna shaitana, so here, and certainly shaitan do inspire their friends to dispute with you. So there's a hadith here. Umar al-Mukhtar claimed that he received revelation. So Ibn Umar said he was said the truth and recited this ayah, wa inna shaitana, and certainly the shaitan do inspire their friends. And also it says, so a man came to Ibn Abbas and said, O Ibn Abbas, Abu Ishaq claimed that he received revelation this night. Ibn Abbas said, he has said the truth. I was upset and said, Ibn Abbas said that Al-Mukhtar has said the truth. Ibn Abbas replied, there are two types of revelation, one from Allah, one from the devil. You understand what it means? He was saying truth, but what is the inspiration? From the devil. Do you get that? Sometimes shaitan is instigating you and saying the things, and they only revelation Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got, and before that other prophets got it. And a revelation came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam while the shaitan revelation came to his friends. He then recited this ayah. And also Ikrama mentioned on this ayah, inspiring one another with adorned speech as a delusion. When you inspire each other with delusion, talking in such a manner, you are getting deluded with it. Eat not of that on which Allah's name has not been mentioned. So clearly again and again this has been mentioned about this ayah. And then next ayah number 122. Is it conceivable that one who was dead and to whom we gave life and set for him a light with which he walks among men is held to be like the one whose condition is such that he is in total darkness, never coming out of it? This is how their deeds appear beautified to the disbelievers. Here, the parable of the disbelievers and the believers has been compared. So how come? This is an example that Allah has given of the believers who was dead, meaning wandering in confusion and misguidance. Then Allah brought life to him by bringing life to his heart. How the bringing life to his heart? With faith, with the iman, and guiding him to it, and guiding him to obeying his messenger. For وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي بِهِ فِي النَّاسِ, and set for him a light whereby he can walk amongst them. For he became guided to where he should go and how to remain on the correct path. Correct path is Sirat-e-Mustaqim. The light mentioned here is the Quran. Okay, the Noor here is Quran. And according to Ibn Abbas, both meanings are correct. What was mentioned before, like how the person is dead. Actually he is dead? No, like Iman is not there. And when Iman comes, he has that light, and from which he can never come out. And Laisa bi kharij minha means from which he can never come out, for he is unable to find a way out from what he is in. Musnad Ahmad recorded that. And there is a narration, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah created creation in darkness. Everything was created in darkness. Then he showed his light upon them. Allah put the light upon them. Whoever was struck by the light is guided, like Sirat-e-Mustaqim, and whoever it missed is astray. Ghairil maghdubi alayhim walad dallin. Dallin are those who are astray, and anamta ilayhim is one who are guided for the Sirat-e-Mustaqim. That's what it's mentioned. So here, when we understand this ayah, here talking about parable, comparing the disbeliever and believer. And here light is the light of the Quran, light of the Iman. and how Allah gives example and make us understand that, so that people should understand and ponder upon it. And here in ayah number 122, that's how Allah says, this is how their deeds appear beautified to the disbelievers. Kazalika zuyyina lil kafirina ma kanu ya'malun. Because have you noticed some people, they do wrong, misguided, but they think they are doing good, because they don't have that, because Allah leaves them after a certain time limit. And there is one ayah in Surah Al-Anam, I don't remember the ayah number right now, but in this surah only, Allah says, I left the people who are misguided, I open every door for them, all the good, so that they are completely astray. Don't think like, oh, Allah is giving all the worldly things and Allah is happy. No, it's not so. And in that ayah, Allah says, Baktatan, I will catch them. They can't even think about it. That's how Allah is. Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, but Shadidul Iqab also. He can retribute. He can catch hold of you whenever Allah wants. So we should have the fear of Allah always. And here it says, Ma kanu ya malun. They don't even know. So when you are doing, somebody is beautifying, and it happens, if you are doing wrong, and some people, they say, oh, it's no big deal, I did this, and they give that excuse, and you get carried away. Never ever get that. Say Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim and think about yourself. No, I'm doing wrong, and your heart will keep on pondering and telling you, no, you did wrong. Especially when you had talk with somebody and you were wrong, and you are justifying yourself, that time, even though somebody console your heart, but you think, no, I did wrong, I might have kept quiet, I did this, your heart, and that time you realize, and you say yourself sorry, and don't sympathize your nafs. That time you ask Allah forgiveness and ask that person to, but sometimes you can't ask, just make dua for that person. That also easy. Good. 123 ayah. In a similar way, in every town we cause its chief sinners to commit mischief in it, and they do not commit mischief but against themselves, why they do not realize it. All the chief, if they are misguided, other people get misguided. So Prophet ﷺ always used to approach the people, the main parties, so that they convert, the whole party will convert. That's how it happens. These days people, they go and convey the message, so that the whole community will change. But here in every town we cause its chief sinners to commit mischief in it. They created mischief, and they are mujrimeen, but against themselves, whatever they are doing, liyamkuru fiha wama yamkuru illa bi anfusihim, it's against ourselves. If what if we are planning something, makaru here, planning something evil against somebody, it will fall on you. Like you are opening a pit, digging a pit for somebody, you will fall in that one day. That's how it is. And also wama yashurun, and you don't have the shaur, you don't even realize it. And sha'r is used for the hair, how thin the hair will be. The same way shaur and realizing it, that's how it is. You should have that intellect to understand it. So sometimes if we do without understanding it, without innocently, that's a thing Allah will forgive, but knowingly, deliberately doing it, it's not the thing. And ayah number 124, when a sign comes to them, they say, we shall never come to believe unless we are given the like of what was given to Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah knows best where to place his message. Those who committed sin shall soon suffer from disgrace before Allah and face severe punishment for mischief they have been making. So here, when a sign comes to them, whether the Quran is there, and when Allah is sending the signs, they are ignoring that. They are not believing in that. So Allah is saying, when they are ignoring that, and we shall never come to believe unless we are given like of what was given, like what was given to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they will not believe until that. And Allah knows best where to place his message. Allah is sending the revelation to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those who commit sin shall soon suffer. And Allah is clearly saying they committed sin. And here is, ajramu sagarun, like bigger sin. It's from sagir, but here superlative degree, sagarun. And in the lahi wa azabun shadid, because of sagarun, if you notice in the ayah, it's shadidun, more severe. And bima kanu yamkurun, because what they are planning, same word has been used, how they have been planning for the others, Allah has been planning for them too. So never ever plan bad things for the other people. Allah will make that. And and similarly, we send not a warner before you to any town, but the luxurious ones among them said, we found our fathers following a certain way and religion, and we will indeed follow their footsteps. This was mentioned in Surah number 43, ayah number 23. And what was the reason here? Why they are following their forefathers? Because that's what they learned. They said, oh, that's the reason we are following it. And actually they are on the wrong path. And plot in the ayah refers to beautified speech and various action with which evil ones call to the misguidance. Allah said about the people of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, how they were doing. Wa makaru makran kubbara. And they have plotted a mighty plot. This is in Surah number 71, ayah number 22. And here there are few more references here. Surah number 34, ayah number 31 to 33. But if you could see, when the wrongdoers will be made to stand before their Lord, when wrongdoers they are standing before their Lord, how they will cast the blaming word one another. When they are standing in front of Allah, they are blaming each other. Oh, I didn't do it, they did it. Those who were deemed weak will say to those who were arrogant, had it not been for you, we should certainly have been believers. They are saying, oh, if we could, that's what I said, love, if we could, hasara. And those who were arrogant will say to those who were deemed weak, did we keep you back from guidance after it had come to you? We drag it or something like that. Nay, but you were criminals. Whatever we are doing, whether we are listening to others or ourselves we are doing, we are criminals. Those who were deemed weak will say to those who were arrogant. Again, weak are saying to the arrogant, again and again. This Surah number 34. But it was your plotting by night and day when you ordered us to disbelieve in Allah and set up rivals for Him. So, people, they themselves disbelieve and they order others to, and they disbelieve too. But they plot not except against themselves, they perceive not. How the ayah ends? It says, Wama yamkuruna illa bi anfusim wama yash'urun. They don't even understand what they did. And this also mentioned Surah number 29, ayah number 13. It says, and verily they shall bear their own loads and other loads besides their own.
I have to go. I'm going to hospital.
Okay. So here, so next week you can come, or next Thursday?
Inshallah.
Okay. See you inshallah. We'll keep the same timing inshallah. Okay? Okay, sister. See you. Assalamu alaikum. So here, when you are misguided, you have to check yourself. You are doing it on whom? If you are doing on somebody else, then also you are blameworthy. I heard many people, when I ask them why you do this certain kind of practice, they say, oh, one of my friends, she told me it's there in Quran or Sunnah. I said, are you sure about it? They say, I heard it. I said, you heard it? Just make sure about it. It's there in the Quran or Sunnah. We as a Muslim have intellect. See and make sure it's there or not. Then only we are like, we will be rewarded or we will be punished. We are not left alone. Oh, this is the thing you said, you're going to be left alone. No, it's not so. And ayah number 125. So whoever Allah will guide, He makes his heart wide open for Islam. Faman yuridullah. Yuridu is from irada. An yahdiyahu yashra sadrahu. Yashra is from shara yashri. And this yashra is, they showed us documentary on that. How a dissection has been made. Neatly how the piece of meat is dissected. That's how they showed us, to make us understand the meaning of Yashra. So Yashra, so their heart has been open for Lil Islam, for the Islam. He make his heart wide open for Islam, and whoever he wills, so let go astray. Whoever, on the other way, who are getting astray. He make his heart straight and constricted, and he feels embracing Islam is difficult. As if he were climbing to the sky. In this way, Allah abomination on those who do not believe. It's very difficult to believe. First, one person, his heart is open and he can actually take it. When your heart is open, you can take everything in. When your heart is وَمَنْ يُرِيدُ أَنْ يُدِلَّهُ, it's from Dalala, يَجْأَ صَدْرَ ضَيِّقًا حَرْجًا. So here, da'iqan, this word has been explained so much, and harjan. Da'iq is constricted. Harjan means it's very constricted and more constricted. Okay, so da'iq is have you ever felt that you are somewhere but your heart is literally, you feel like your heart is going to stop? You feel that constriction, and harajan is on top of that. So yes. So this is like more emphasis. You are saying something like bad, you are saying very bad. That kind of, this give emphasis to that word, so that it means that it is so much constricted, you are not able to even breathe properly. So da'iqan says, da'iq is Bedouins. Once Umar asked Bedouin, what is the meaning of that? Da'iqan harjan. He said, one tree is there and nobody can reach that tree. Sometimes have you noticed livestock, they put the tongue and get that tree, like leaves, and they eat it, or then we put the stick and take out. It's like da'iqan harajan, nobody can reach that. So that's how it's. So that is so constricted and compressed, and nobody can remove that thing. And here ka'annama yas'adu fi samai, and here as if he were climbing to the sky in this way, and it is not able to. And also rijz is all the filthy things in the, no problem, filthy things, allazina la yuminun, and they are not believing it, who do not believe. So when you have constriction in your heart, what will happen? Because of that constriction, nothing is going inside. Because in the starting it was mentioned, when heart is open, it will go inside. If heart is not open, it will not go inside. So here the whole of the ayahs what we see, and here ayah number 126 and 127, وَهَذَا سِرَاتُ رَبِّكَ مُسْتَقِيمًا, this is the path of your Lord, a straight path. And we have made the verses elaborate for the people who accept the advice. قَدْ فَصَّلْنَا, it's from fassala, making it clearly open, آيَاتِ لِقَوْمِ يَذَكَّرُونَ, who accept the advice. If you open your heart and accept it, Allah will give you that faham, and you understand it. Why we say Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li? Because we understand, the heart is open, and we understand, then only, I always recite this dua, because if I understand, I can explain. If I don't understand, how can I explain? So it has to go inside. And ayah number 127, for them there is abode of peace with their Lord, and He is their guardian by the virtue of what they used to do. Lahum darus salam inda rabbihim. This is for the darus salam, abode of peace. This is the place of peace. Inda rabbihim, it's from the Rabb. And wahuwa waliyuhum bima kanu yamalun, and guardian by the virtue of what they used to do. And this is the thing for the people who are doing 126. They are Sirat-e Mustaqim. Then only they will have the Darul Salam. Darul Salam is not for everyone, because this is interconnected. 126 and 127 are interconnected. And sometimes ayah comes next to it or giving the references from the Quranic ayahs of the different ayahs. So here it's mentioned here how they are interconnected and how it refers, like, when you do this, you will have this, because it was keep on talking about, and here,
Cause and effect, right? Just like cause and effect.
yeah, if you do this, then only you will have the, end result. So if you don't do it, if you
Only
are,
if you remember Salah and grab Quran,
Mhm.
that's how your heart will open.
yeah, definitely. And scholar says when you open Quran, always ask for the dua, and to follow the straight path, not the you want some deviation in the Quran, billah. But I have seen on some news channels, they look for deviation in the Quran.
Yes.
And people, they collectively talk about bad about the Quran, and they think that's okay to do that. That's a sin. There is not even a single harf is incorrect. Single, damma fatha kasra, it's not there.
What
Ladies.
they do is they take a part of the ayah.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's like that you're oppressing somebody and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they leave the rest of the ayah purposefully.
Yes.
Because if they do the whole thing, it's going to explain the first part. They do that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
So
brilliant.
here this